That's a big one for me. Organization. I love stuff to be organized. Hi. Before we get into this video, I'd like to thank all my Patreon members for their continued support. If you want to follow me on my other platforms, my link is in the description below. Now, let's get into the video. Hello and welcome to a ramble. Don't mind this. It's probably the first thing that your eyes went to. Let's start with that actually, because I'd always be a little curious about why does someone have a big bandage on their arm. So I have been working on this tattoo, not here, from here to here. This was years and years ago, and it's gonna get like touched up. There's just my artist that does all the work. I don't know if you can really see it, like they're not really the best lighting, but there's a Spartan warrior here holding a pike, another one, and then there's one way in there, back there. Anyways, that's all fine. But back in September, I was getting a tattoo done, and I got an abscess on my arm. You can't see it here. Well, it's now healed, but I started getting this whole bottom part worked on, and it's not done yet, but you can see the face, the Spartan wear. Anyways, there's still like a couple sessions to go before this is even done. But what's been happening is every time I went to get a tattoo session done, I would get an abscess. So since like September, I've gotten about 10, and I didn't know why. I thought it was maybe my artist, something had changed, but he had tattooed hundreds of people since the beginning of September, and not hundreds, many, I don't know how many, but he says I'm the only person that's come back stating this has been happening. So it made me sort of want to do some digging to be like, what is happening? Why am I getting these abscesses? I sort of ignored it, and that was, that's step one of what you're not supposed to do. So I kept going back for tattoo sessions. I went for like 4 sessions on this part of my arm over the last while, and I'd get like 2, but they would happen like weeks after I'd finished the tattoo session, like maybe an ingrown hair follicle. Anyways, what I found out is, and I'll get to this part here, is I had an abscess that had started here, and it got bad. This one got the others become little tiny mountains with a pocket of pus inside them. Sorry if this is too much information. This is the purpose of a ramble. So anyways, all the other ones I went on medication to get rid of them, and it worked. But there was always this like talk from the doctors about MRSA. I didn't know what it was. I read into it more. So everybody has a staph bacteria on their skin. It lives on the top of their skin, in your nose, in your armpits, your groin, all those areas. But it literally just lives on the top of your skin. It doesn't do anything. It just sort of chills there. But what MRSA is a different strain of the staph bacteria. And so what happens is that MRSA type of bacteria doesn't like to live on the skin. It likes to live in your skin, unfortunately. So if you get a wound, it gives it an opening to go in there, and it creates an infection. So it made sense. This is all, I'm learning all this from this one when I was at the emergency room talking to the doctor. The doctor said that it made sense that a couple weeks after I had gotten a tattoo that I would get these abscesses, because it doesn't just start immediately. The bacteria needs time to hibernate, whatever the word is, cultivate itself and become So, anyways, this one got really, really bad, and I had to go to the ER, and he had to put some anesthesia around all of it to numb the area. And then he had to get a little knife, and he had to slice it open. The moment he sliced it open, I tell you, anyways, if this is too much, please just like click away from the video. Purpose of a ramble is to update you on my life and what else is going on. So anyways, I went and got it incised. He drained it, and when he was, pushing the stuff out, they're called pus pockets. They sort of are these pockets of pus that wall themselves off, that don't allow antibiotics to get into your infection and make it better. So the best way that I describe it is, afterwards it looked like I'd been shot in the arm, because the hole was it was a hole. I have a photo, but I'm not going to put it up here. But it was, centimeter by centimeter. It looked all haggard. Anyways, to get onto this point of this, I had to get some cultures done, so I'm hoping that I can find out if it truly is MRSA, in which case I can go through this decolonization protocol to rid my body of that bacteria and go back to the normal staph bacteria that everybody has on themselves, so I can not deal with this again. I have no idea how I got it in the first place. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, is what I'm going to say. But it's it's a good thing. It's going to leave a nasty scar, and unfortunately, you can't see it, but my other ones that I've had on my arm have left scars. Thankfully, my tattoo artist can just continue the mural that he's doing on my arm and go over those scars. But I'm going to take a couple months off of getting this tattoo dealt with. I just want my skin to get better. It's very annoying because it just ruins my gym workouts. I'm paranoid about getting bacteria in it and everything. So that's what this is. So now that we've talked about that, currently it's actually March 29th, but I feel like this video is going to be coming out near the end of April. That just shows you sometimes how much, so when you're watching this video, don't worry. This is going to be all healed, knock on wood, and I'm going to be a normal person again and loving life. But I'm going to be going for a road trip in May 1st to May 15th. I've rented a motorhome, and I'm going to go on a road trip for 15 days throughout California. Top of California to the bottom of California. I'm not going to go past Los Angeles, and then I'm going to go up the east side through the more desert styles. I'm going to take the whole coastline down California. Considering I live on the West Coast, I've never gone along the entirety of the West Coast. I did a couple years ago do the Oregon coast. That was pretty cool. Why have I never done California? I don't know, but I'm going to do it now. Every day will be lots of driving. I think it's like 5,000 miles or something for the entirety of the road trip that I want to do in 15 days. So you can do the math on how long that's going to take to do. There'll be days where I'm driving a lot, but while I'm driving, obviously, I'm going to be enjoying the scenery around. At least I hope. We'll see. It's hard to enjoy the scenery when you're driving the entire time. But that's just how it goes in a road trip. You can't call it a road trip if you're not driving. So that'll be fun. So when you see this video, it might be a couple days before I actually leave on my road trip, which I'm super excited to do. I travel a lot, usually to other continents outside of North America, but this time I'm going to stay in North America. I've done a road trip before. I've done road trips, overseas, which is a lot of fun. So I figured, why not do one here? What else do I got going on with my life? I'm on a diet. I feel like I'm always saying that, but this is one that I'm actually taking like quite serious. I know this shirt is not um, showing that, but I'm down. I actually have like a center line chest muscle now. You're starting to like get a little bit of progress when you can actually physically see the separation between each of your chest muscles, and just more of my body is looking a lot better. So that's good. Um, I'm on week 11 now. Started at 194 pounds. I got pretty big when I was working out a lot and eating a lot of food. Some of it was fat, but that's just how it goes. And this morning I woke up at 178.4. So I'm 11 weeks in. I plan to do this all the way till June. I'm loving how it makes me feel. I'm loving how I'm looking. Uh, and I've never really taken I've taken diets seriously, but I've never taken them super serious to the point like that I am now. And like I said, this shirt is this actually just shows that I still have stuff to lose. Like, it's not a ton by any means, like, but obviously I'm sitting over as well, which does crease, creates folds. But if you're upright, there's not really a lot. That's where most people, men hold a lot around their stomach and waistline. Women hold it in their butt and their hips when if they have extra weight to lose. Yeah, so that's exciting. I've actually been taking progress photos for the last 11 weeks. When I'm done this diet, I'd like to get down to like 170. Still another 8.5 pounds to go, but I'm hoping that the 8.5 pounds is majority of fat. Will some of it be muscle? Most likely, and that's just how it goes. But that's the intent, that's the goal. And then maybe I'll make a video showing my progress over, the six, what would that be? It was, anyways, it'll probably be like 20 weeks at that point. But just to show that what you can accomplish over 20 weeks when you just put your mind to something. And, dieting doesn't have to be that hard. You can make it hard by putting yourself in a huge deficit where your body is screaming because you're working out, you're doing cardio 5 days a week, and you're not eating a lot of food. But if you just do little consistent things weekly over a period of months, you see results. It's rewarding. At the beginning, it's not rewarding because you're just like, I'm not seeing any changes, but I'm starving my ass off. It really tests your willpower of you. Seriously, like, if you want to see how resilient you can be at something that nobody else gets to enjoy except for yourself, for all the work that you put in, going on a diet is that. You test your cravings, you test your willpowerness to work out every day, to do cardio, to say no to the things that you love, aka food. Because when you eat food, you get dopamine responses in the brain, pleasure essentially. That's just what food does, and that's why in today's world we've fried our dopamine receptors because food is so satisfying that it just hits every taste bud like it's on steroids in a sense, and we become addicted to that. So anyways, that's a way you can test yourself to see, is this something that I can do? What else? Well, at this point, because it's, what day is it? The 29th of March. This will be the end of April this video comes out, but by then I'm really hoping, like, I'm really big into my front lawn of having super nice grass. So I've just aerated the whole lawn last week. I put down new fertilizer, I put down some new dirt, a bunch of new ryegrass, and some other blends of seeds. My lawn was pretty good, but I just wanted to look spectacular. I love to mow the lawn, and I love how it looks with a crisp lawn cut. and like all the trees in the back, the apple trees, the peach, the cherries, the prunes, the raspberries, the blackberries, the blueberries, all that stuff is growing in. And my garden beds, I haven't actually started those. I just let those go all winter. Tons of weeds in there, so I'll spend an afternoon, weed them out completely, get a bunch of new dirt, sprinkle that in, and then I'm gonna plant. I tried tomatoes last year, but I planted them too late, and it was like September, and I had like 50 green tomatoes, and then I tried pickling them, and it was disgusting. So I'm gonna do lettuce, because lettuce is easy. You can use it for a big salad, and in the summer, it tastes, it's good, it's delicious. Cucumbers as well. And I think I showed this, but like I've updated my studio. These walls behind me, they're hard to see, but they're all soundproof walls, and I've got one on that side, one on that side, and one behind me, and they're all 8x8. So it made this room really quiet, which is nice because when you're doing ASMR videos, you want the microphone to just pick up what I'm saying, not the reverb of the walls. So I'm hoping that even throughout this video that's what we're hearing right now is my voice and the creaking of this chair. It's very annoying. I downsized a lot of stuff. I am a person who loves being clean. I'd like to say I have like a tiny bit of OCD in terms of cleanliness and organization. That's a big one for me. Organization. I love stuff to be organized. And I like to be a minimalist. I like to have just enough stuff that like the room looks furnished, but there's not like 6,000 extra trinkets. That's the thing I don't like, is trinkets. And some people's homes have a lot of trinkets. So yeah, I feel like that's a decent update on my life right now. I try and do like one of these every 1 to 2 months, because if I did it all the time, you'd never know what the hell is going on. Well, you'd just know it all my life, and it would be boring. What have I got on my screen over there? I'm watching Matt Armstrong. He's a YouTuber. I'm really big into cars. I grew up helping build cars. I went to school for automotive mechanics. I love trades style stuff. I like to use my hands to do things. So just watching his newest upload, and super nice. He's a great content creator. Yeah, that is it. I've got a couple more videos to make. The reason I'm already, it's March 29th and this is going to come out at the end of April, is because I'm trying to get ahead to at least the middle of May, because when I'm on my road trip, I still focus on my business. I still focus on working on all of my platforms, but I'm not going to be creating videos because I want to be enjoying the vacation that I've paid for. That doesn't mean I don't respond to comments or talk to people, etc. I do that, or upload, random photos, etc. But I want to make sure that I've got you guys covered, you guys and girls covered, with content, so that you're not like, whoa, where'd he go? Is he okay? Because not that people think that, but I don't know, people that I follow, if they say they post 2-3 times a week, and all of a sudden they don't post for a couple of weeks, I'm like, oh, what happened? Is that person okay? Anyways, that's a good ramble, I'd say. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something new about me. You learned about the medical issue that I'm having, but I will be better by the time that you watch this. Knock on wood. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Take care.